as a trader, we know it is possible to take a $100 account to $1,000 or even $1,000 to $10,000. I've done it numerous of times, and I even teach people like you to do the exact same thing. That's not the problem. The problem is we only get lucky one time, and we maybe might flip $100,000 to $40,000, and we only did it once within the whole year. Well, what if I told you I use one tool and 3 different strategies to help me master this every single time I trade? I never had invested no more than $20,000 into a trading account because I've mastered the fact of how to take small accounts, grow it to a certain amount, and then grow it to a certain amount and grow it to a certain amount. And I want to be able to help you guys do the same. So make sure you stick around this video. I'm going to break down the concepts, and subscribe and like and comment if you guys like these type of videos. Let's go ahead and get to it. So let's first talk about preparation and why preparation is so vital and important. Now, the first thing about preparation is you need to understand what is your trading strategy. So basically, we're going to start off by saying, what is your go-to concept? So basically, when I say your concept or your strategy, it's very important to understand that within this, there's 3 different steps that has to meet this go-to concept. So that very first one is actually going to be knowing your win rate, right? So this is important. Hopefully y'all can see this. But knowing your win rate is the most important thing in preparation because you already know that this strategy works. The second thing is knowing your asset. So what assets are you trading? Meaning, like, does this strategy work very well for NASDAQ? Does this strategy work very well for US 30? Does this strategy work very well for Euro USD? Or if you're trading future contracts, does this strategy works for that? And then the last step is days. So believe it or not, certain days move specifically a certain way. Meaning on Mondays, you might notice that the trend is going up. Or maybe on Tuesdays, you notice it's going down. And you usually average this out within the year. And averaging out within that year, you notice that, yes, on Tuesdays, the market is going down. On Mondays, the market is going up. On Wednesdays, the market is indecisive. And I have no damn clue where the market is going. But you need to know these 3 steps in order for you to figure out the strategy. Now, the cool thing about finding these is pretty simple. You can journal it yourself. What I've actually done was use my trading journal. And in this trading journal, it helped me figure out what strategy worked. It helped me understood that this strategy only works very well for these 3 pairs. And the 3 pairs that I always talk about that I personally trade is NASDAQ, regardless if this is contracts in the future side or if this is just straight Forex and you're trading the indices side. Crude oil, like I said, regardless if you're trading this in the future side, it's still the same in the Forex side. And then the last but not least is US 30. So I handpicked these 3s based off of my strategy because I realized that my strategy works very, very well when it comes to these things here. So it's very important to understand that, 1, preparation. Now that, let's say we got everything checked on preparation to grow this account, the second part is going to be discipline. And I'm going to touch on discipline a little bit more in depth because it's not what you guys think it is as far as, oh, I need to make sure I stay disciplined and stay on top of everything. There's a psychological part and a path that you have to follow in order to get this A1. Of course, I am a human being. I am not A1 as far as 100%, but I'm close enough to tell you that I'm here to teach you how to get to that step to consistently do it. So let's talk about it. Okay, so with discipline, y'all can all fall for this. There's been times where we say we want to do something. We say we're going to do something, but we never execute. Prime example. Today is Monday. I am going to go to the gym this week, Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. specific. And from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., I am only focusing my mental and my physical self on training at the gym. Guess what? 90% of us say this, we're gonna do this. 5% of us actually fall for it. The other go half and half with it. That's the problem. That part falls in trading. So some of the things that we have to focus on and make sure we are perfecting is 1, self-discipline, right? So we have to be self-disciplined. Discipline, forgot the I there. Self-discipline. Obviously it's part of discipline, but what do I mean by self-discipline? Self-control, right? We need to be able to self-control ourselves. We need to be able to sit back and say, I'm not doing this. Same thing in trading. If I see a setup that is not my setup and I'm like, I just want to get in this because I need the money because I have to pay my bill today. Well, guess what? You just pretty much F that whole process up there, and that's part of you not succeeding in trading. So the second one would be enforce obedience, meaning if you're telling your kids or you're telling somebody that you need to do this time and this day, you have to enforce that in yourself. And then the last one is be very instructive. What do I mean by that is enforcing and telling yourself that I need to stick with this. My handwriting is horrible. Stick with this plan, right? Another great way to look at this is stick with the manual. If you're trying to set something up or put something together, follow the manual. It's giving you the full guidance of how to do it from A to Z. So you need to be able to learn how to A to Z yourself. If you can't A to Z, then it's going to be very difficult for you to follow your rules and follow your guidance, follow your plan and your steps as far as your strategies, and also follow 1, 2, and 3. You have to. In order to be consistent, these 2 things are important. So let's go into the third thing. I got to clear this board. Let's go into the third thing. So number 3 is the biggest of it all, and that's why I saved it for last, and it's patience. Patience. Here we go. That just fell, but that's okay. So patience. You need to understand how important this is, right? As a trader, we all go through this, and I say this all the time. Get your mind off of trading. If it's reading the Bible, if it's running, walking, gym, any hobby you love, focus on that. Literally, focus on that. The thing about patience is we have the fear of missing out. We feel like when we see a setup, we want to get in the setup because it just looks so textbooky, meaning that this is the perfect setup, knowing this setup does not exist in your trading plan, which is the first one we talked about, preparation. But for whatever reason, you still said to yourself, this is what I need to follow. So understand that FOMO is a big no. Literally, no. And it could be hard, but once again, it comes back down to what are you doing in your life right now? You do not need to trade 6 hours out the day. You're probably going to do this with your account if you do that. So understand that part does not exist. Now, everything that I talked about here, from preparation, from discipline, and from patience, I need you guys to understand that these 3 things are the most important things to grow in the account. If you see on my Instagram, if you see on my YouTube channel, for those that's not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. You will see the consistency is happening. Now, Grant, let's say there'd be a time you do grow it and then you blow the account, but you did it again, then you blow the account, then you did it again, then you blow the account. There is something inside that factor of why you blowing this account. Is it maybe greed? When you get to maybe that $10,000, you feel like now I can risk more? Or is it risking more? Do you feel like now since I got to $10,000, I can risk way more than what my account can handle? Or is it just as simple as this is simple, I can double this, no problem? Remember, guys, the key to trading is not the actual percentage of your account growth, but it is really the capital. So yes, if you have a $100,000 account, 1% of $100,000 is $1,000. 1% of what? $100 is $1. So you have to understand that. And usually this is what people kind of get all screwed to the point where this starts to happen. Blown account, blown account, blown account. But if you can reverse your mind and tell yourself that, hey, $10,000 is no different from $100 or $1,000, then you will be fine. So once again, if you guys love this content, comment down below and make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel if you want to see more like this. Other than that, I appreciate y'all. Your boy Solo, I'm out. Peace.